Hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining the channel. Maybe this is familiar face to you guys. This is the Pioneer SX D7000. Yeah, this was on my bench before. I think back in episode 130. Maybe I'll put a link up above. You can have a look at that. So this is warranty work. As an amateur tech like myself, I really get disappointed when I see warranty work come back to me because I like to do a complete job, but this thing developed a problem. I don't know if it's something I did or if it's something that developed new or something I missed. There's always that question of doubt. So the owner of this contacted me. He was using this as a daily driver, I believe, and really enjoying it. And then all of a sudden it developed a fault where one channel was lower in amplitude than the other, and it was noticeable on the power meters. And he contacted me, and I was, what are we going to do about this? I said, well, we're going to have to bring it back and have another look. Now, I asked him to clarify if he could, if the problem exists in the power amplifier or the preamplifier by breaking the connection at the back and feeding it separate signals. And he did that, and he confirmed the power amplifier is okay. The problem lies in the preamp section or the input sections of the amplifier. And so I have a feeling it's probably one of these tape monitor switches or something to that effect, maybe a function switch that's dirty still. So let's go through, first of all, let's try and recreate what it's doing, and then we'll see if we can get a solution for it. All right, so I'm wired in from the signal generator, 1000 hertz tone, fed into the auxiliary, and set of speakers connected on A. Here's A. Let's turn this on. Okay, it's looking equal so far. Let me turn the power. As far as I can see, the meters are equal. So this might be an elusive fault where it only shows itself on the third blue moon of the millennial. Three tape monitor switches seem to be working okay. It's got a weird kind of a whine to it. Maybe that could be my speaker though, that my terrible bench speakers could be blown. There's a little bit of a difference here when I hit the tone defeat. A little bit of a dirty switch too. There we go. You have a definite could be this tone switch. Mono. Yeah, I have a feeling it's this tone switch is bad. Tape monitors are fine. Quite a bit more noise on the left channel. Yeah, it's definitely this tone switch, I think. So we're going to probably have to go in here, remove that tone switch and clean it again. Seems to be acting up. I know I cleaned it before, and if it's an easy switch to replace, I'll probably just replace it. and then we'll be done with that. But we definitely do have a difference between the two channels when we play with the switch. And listening to music is not really readily apparent. You usually have to feed in a tone. Once you feed in a tone, you got level state of signal, and it's easier to tell. With music, it's always changing and dynamic, and it's really difficult to tell sometimes if your channels are balanced. So it's best to use a tone. But yeah, let's tie into this. Let's see what we can do about this tone switch. So for access, it looks pretty easy. Looks like we need to remove the bottom cover. We need to remove the faceplate because all our mounting screws are coming from the front. We need to remove the power meter assembly, this printed circuit board here on top. That has to go, and then you can see the green board underneath. That's the one we're after. And once this display board is out of the way, I should have full access to the other board, the tone switching board, the speaker switches, and mono, low filter, tone, speaker switches are all on that other board here, this green one. Okay, 3 screws later, and the display unit is out of the way, the power meter display, and I wrapped it up in a cloth here just to kind of protect it. And then I also removed these 2 screws from this display board for these 3 LEDs. This is the speaker selectors, indicators for the speakers, and then you got full access to the board. Let's pull this one out. And let's see what we can do. You can see the back side of the board easy enough. Let's try and back this out. Push all those in. You gotta really be careful here. It's stuck on something. Oh, it's hitting a capacitor. Okay, I'll just go around it. There we go. There. So I can remove that switch, and I think I'm just going to remove it and replace it because it is easy to do here. I got full access to the solder, and I just need to bend the 4 tabs back, and then the switch can come out the top. A new one goes in. Let me see if I have one in stock here. Looks identical, except it has solder lugs on top. I could just cut these off. I don't need them. Okay, just let me go in with a needle nose and straighten these 4. There's 4 fingers that are folded over to hold the switch in place to the bar. I'm just going to fold these back. Instead of taking out all 6 switches, I can just remove the 1. Now before you commit to removing a switch to replace it, make sure you check the solder connections because these quite often crack. From all of the flexing of the button being pushed, the switch will flex, and then you get developed cracks on the board. So just make sure that's not your problem. You know, make sure it is the switch and not the solder joints. You always got to fold 1 pin over just to piss me off. Oh boy. Alright, I think I got all the pins desoldered. The switch should be loose now. I should be able to pull it right out. Give a push on the pins. It doesn't want to come. I think I still have a pin holding. Give each pin a wiggle. Make sure they're loose from the pad. This is not going to go. What's holding it? Might need a little pry action here. There we go. It's starting to move now. Okay. Ah! It's not what I wanted. Alright, so here's a look at the original switch on top here. You can see the contacts, the silver plating is turning all black. It's pretty common. I think if we take this out, it all comes apart pretty easy. Let me try this. And then the rest of it can come out. You see the fingers there that contact, and then the fingers inside that contact. This could be easily cleaned and reused. I think probably really nothing wrong with it other than just oxidation. But I am going to replace it anyway. Let me just put this back together if it will. This is really fiddly. Anyways, I'll play with this later. Don't waste your time. So this is a brand new replacement, and I think these are available from CT. I think makes them, and you can buy these on DigiKey. That's not a part number. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a manufacture date. But it's brand new. It's got solder lugs on top. I can leave those on. There's room for them to stick up, and they won't contact anything, so I don't need to cut them off. This part goes on the board, and what does that say? Shadow? Shado? I don't know. Anyways, let's get this put in. Okay. What is going on here? I missed the straighten these pins out a little better, I think. There. It's really having a hard time getting in. There we go. Now I got a wire in the way. As soon as it finally drops in, I had a wire in the way. Let's try that again. Trying to get it into the rails, the plastic, the bulkhead of it into the rails of the metal holder. Let me try this backwards here. Sometimes these don't fit, and this is one of the cases. I think I got a little bit too much width here on the shoulder. Between the shoulder, this shoulder, and this shoulder is a little bit too much width, like 0.5 millimeter. And all I gotta do is bend out the metal to allow it to receive it. Just gonna bend this out a little bit there, and a little bit here. There, so that should help. Should make it a little better. Might have to fine tune this here. Right here, way off frame. Why did you go so far frame? Okay. Okay, there we go. Straighten it out. Okay, let's push it home. It's having a real difficult time getting in. Okay, here we go. All right, we're getting pins through the board. Everything looks good. Push this home. Push this home. I need to push it down probably another millimeter or so. I just don't want to break the housing here. Pretty close. I'm going to work on it some more here and then we'll get it soldered in. Alright, there we go. New switch is in. Just reassemble everything and we're done. Alright, so we're back together, except for the tone knobs. And we are ready to do a test here. I have 1000 hertz tone. Let's turn the generator on. Okay. Okay. We've got equal on our meters. New switch is working. Okay. Sounds good. Hope this is the last I ever see of you. Everything's working. Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Take care. Thanks again for watching. I know it's a short one, but it was an easy fix. So talk to you later. See you on the next one. Take care.